Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tea Time. This pandemic has been hard on everyone, so I hope that you guys are all doing all right. During this video, I just wanted to talk about one topic that seems to just keep coming up and coming up and coming up on the internet, especially those Android fans. And that is regarding the Pixel 4a. Now, this phone it's been leaked and leaked and leaked and leaked. We know pretty much everything about the phone. The only thing we don't know is when it's actually going to come out. So, the Pixel 4a was originally supposed to release in May during Google's developer conference that they usually have in May when that goes on. And that's usually when the first new version of the Android beta comes out. Well, that didn't end up happening. It was canceled because of the pandemic. And then Google had another beta show, which they had at the beginning of June, but no Pixel 4a was shown off there either. So it was originally supposed to be released in May, then it got pushed back to June, and then people were saying, oh yeah, it might release early July or something, and that hasn't happened either. So there is no confirmation as of now when this rumored Pixel 4a is supposed to release. Now, an interesting thing that happened about 2 weeks ago is that the Pixel 3a was taken off the Google Store, and Google just said, okay, we're discontinuing it now. We're not producing any more of the Pixel 3as. We're not going to be selling them on the store anymore. I mean, that's all that we have. You can get them at Best Buy or Amazon or anywhere else that sells them if they still have them in stock, but we will not be making more, and we will not be selling any more in our store. So that kind of, gets you thinking, okay, is the Pixel 4a going to come out? Well, the Pixel 4a hasn't even been announced yet, and obviously hasn't been released. There have been rumors that it might be announced sometime soon and then actually released sometime much later, like August, September, even October. It's just interesting to see. And for those who want a new budget Pixel phone, so many people were and still are looking forward to this Pixel 4a. I know my sister, for one, is totally looking forward to getting this, and she was going to get one in May because she needed a new phone, but it just hasn't come out yet. Now there has been some new rumors. So the interesting thing here is that now there is supposedly the Pixel 4a, which has been leaked to death. Like I said, we pretty much know the design of it. It's going to have your normal headphone jack made out of plastic. The whole back is going to be all one plastic instead of shiny and matte. It's going to have a headphone jack. It's going to have a USB Type-C port with 18-watt USB power delivery charging. It's going to have an AMOLED display with a punch hole in it. And it was supposedly going to have Snapdragon 600 series chip. So it's going to be a mid-range chip, but that'll probably give a good battery. A fairly decently sized battery, like 3100 milliamp hours. So now, as of July 10th, there are supposedly some new Pixel phones that have been found or leaked. So that is the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5. Now, we pretty much knew that a Pixel 5 was going to come out sometime this fall, but we were thinking that the Pixel 4a would have already been out by now. So these new rumors really shake up Google's product strategy here. It's kind of hard to understand what's happening. They are probably trying to change up how they are creating phones, either due to the pandemic or this was something that was going to happen anyways. The Pixel 3 series didn't sell quite as well as they would have hoped, and the Pixel 4 series didn't sell quite as well as they would have hoped, but the 3a really did sell well, so maybe they're thinking, okay, let's get the cheaper phones in here. So, as with these two other, rumored phones, the Pixel 5 has been rumored now for a while to include the Snapdragon 765 chipset, which is not the highest end Snapdragon 865 processor, but it is cheaper and it allows for 5G. So people are thinking, oh yeah, okay, it'll be a decently fast phone. It probably won't cost as much as some other flagships, and the battery life will probably be better and whatnot. But it's going to be like a premium phone with a glass back and all of that. But now this Pixel 4a 5G is rumored to come with that same exact chipset, the Snapdragon 765, which would be needed to include the 5G unless they use one of the newly announced mid-range 5G chips from Qualcomm. But that would certainly be interesting, because if these both came out during the fall at the same time, the Pixel 4a 5G and the Pixel 5, then that would give consumers a choice. Okay, do you want a phone that, you know, feels a little cheaper but has a headphone jack and a fingerprint sensor, or do you want the more premium one, which has probably wireless charging, you know, a glass back, maybe 3 cameras instead of 2, but maybe doesn't have a headphone jack? I mean, that would certainly give people some choice. You're getting the same performance then, and you'd be getting the same Pixel software, but you would get 2 different options, which is certainly interesting. So now Google might just be thinking, okay, let's just hold on to the Pixel 4a regular, save it for October when we launch our other 2 phones, and then we can have 3 of them. A Pixel 4a, which is probably smaller, a Pixel 4a 5G, which is probably bigger, and then the Pixel 5. Now, the Pixel 4a 5G may just end up being that canceled Pixel 4a XL phone that had the plastic body, very similar to how the Pixel 4a smaller one is, but it had 2 cameras in the back, which probably would have been a telephoto camera and a regular camera, just like the Pixel 4 is. I know these names are kind of confusing because that's just how they are, but what I've mentioned so far is we have Pixel 4, which came out this last year, Pixel 4a, no one knows when that's coming out, Pixel 4a 5G, which will most likely come out this fall if it is coming out, and then the Pixel 5. So I just kind of want to know, what do you guys think about this whole new product strategy? What do you think is going to happen with it? It's really hard to tell as of now what's happening. Even Google on its own store has shown pictures of the regular Pixel 4a. They've had this phone done now for a while, and I don't necessarily think it's just product delays. Those might be certainly an aspect as to why, or reasoning as to why they aren't releasing it. But it could just be that they're just waiting for a certain time to release it. I mean, now the iPhone SE has come out. Samsung has the new flagship phones. They have the A51, I believe. And OnePlus is coming out with the OnePlus Nord any day now. Tomorrow is actually, as of filming this, when it is going to be announced. I mean, this is the perfect time for Google to just release it. Otherwise, if they release it too late, it's going to have an outdated chipset, and people would have already bought other phones by now. So it's kind of frustrating what they're doing, but I can kind of see the strategy that they're trying to go about it here. So again, what do you guys think about this whole situation? Put it down in the comments below. If you have any questions or anything else, make sure to put those down there. And I think that is it. So thank you everyone for tuning in to Tea Time, and I will see you guys in the next video.